Hi everybody, Richard Trowman's here again at Artificial Lawyer TV. Today we are looking at Clarilis, the document automation company. To tell us a bit more about it is Paul. Hey Paul.
Hi, Richard. How are you?
Very good, very good. Just for the listeners and the viewers, could you just explain a little bit about what you do and what Clarilis actually is?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Paul Dancy, acting CMO, Clarilis. Been with Clarilis about 4.5 years, and many of you may have heard of sort of Clarilis, with a combination of a document automation legal tech with a fully managed lawyer-led service. And we specialize in sort of complex use cases, creating very deep automations of complete suites of documents, mainly for law firms. And in that, the viewers here probably know us for sort of providing those fully bespoke automations based on a firm's own precedents, implemented by our large team of PSLs and automators. However, many firms don't have the precedents, the resources to do it themselves, or the volumes to make sort of a business case for automation fly.
Mm.
So, as an additional option for firms, we also now have some standardized automations based on gold standard content, which are available off the shelf, fully maintained, and offer huge economies of scale.
Mm.
As a taster, I thought I'd just show you around a few of those products today.
All right.
It is just going to be a whistle-stop tour, as between the four suites I'm going to show today, they've got over 250 deeply automated precedents.
All right, awesome, awesome. Okay. So you're going to show us four different types of automation. So it's very good. We look forward to it. I will disappear and I'll come back at the end, but take it away.
Thanks, Richard. Cheers. So I'm going to start off with our automated M&A suite. And this allows fee earners to draft an SPA and all ancillaries in under 2 hours, knocking off around 12 hours of manual drafting for a typical M&A transaction. All of our questionnaires are dynamic, and you can add as much or as little information in any order for the stage of your transaction. For example, here, if I was drafting just the preliminary documents, it won't ask me questions that pertain solely to the ancillaries. The questionnaire is designed to capture the information quickly and accurately, including built-in integrations to sources such as Companies House and the Post Office postcode lookup. With regard to the depth of automation, to give you some statistics, questions such as whether there are subsidiaries or if there are multiple sellers make over 1,500 changes to the underlying documents between them. I'm not going to go through all the tabs, but hopefully you'll get to see some of the depth to which we go to with this and all of our automations. As you go through, contextual guidance is shown throughout, and hovering on the question mark shows some guidance in the questionnaire itself, and where relevant, a link which takes you directly to deeper from counsel guidance. The questionnaire captures the information about the transaction, and as a result of the answers provided, the system produces the documents you need in context, either in Word or PDF format. Here you can see the suite of documents that we drafted based on the answers provided. Those documents are drafted, they're just regular Word documents. They can have extensive house styling applied, which goes way beyond the sort of typical basic font styling options. We've also launched a version of the M&A suite specifically for the Irish market, where the From Counsel content has been adapted for the local market in collaboration with Arthur Cox. Now, our pre-automated solutions are all driven by requirements from our customers and prospects. A great example being this one, the share reorganization suites that we've launched, again, in conjunction with From Counsel. The automation includes over 100 deeply automated precedents split across 8 suites. Each individual suite saves around 2.5 hours of manual drafting per matter. As an example, I'll dive into the share buyback suite. Again, it starts with the key questions pertaining to the buyback, which dynamically changes the questionnaire for the current stage of your transaction. Regarding the financing of the buyback, multiple options are provided, which tailor the main agreement and ancillary documents accordingly. With the company details, again, it's very quick and easy for you to accurately add the company details using the built-in live Companies House lookup. On the Officers tab, any relevant warnings are displayed to ensure compliance. Directors can be brought in by the company's house import, saving time and again removing risk of errors. On the Shares tab, first you enter the total issue shared capital for the company and which shares the company is proposing to purchase on a per seller basis, including which finance source will be used. The system has built-in error checking, such as the warning shown here. Again, I'm not going to cover all of the tabs and questions, but you should be able to see the breadth and depth of the automations we provide. And this is just one of the 8 suites that make up the share reorganization suites. Selecting Create Draft brings up the list of documents where you can draft all the documents in a zip file or individual documents in Word or PDF format, again, as relevant. Our pre-automated solutions aren't just aimed at corporate transactions. For example, our model commercial lease solution for real estate departments. The MCL precedents comprise various commercial leases and associated documents that were drafted by a committee which includes Landsec, Hogan Lovells, CMS, Shoesmiths, Eversheds, and other leading law firms. The MCL model forms avoid much of the unnecessary negotiation on most routine letting transactions by representing a fair starting, and in many cases endpoint, for both parties. The automation enables you to draft a lease plus ancillaries in minutes. Questionnaire again begins with the key structural and administrative details. The automation includes all 19 MCL leases. You select the use of premises, whether the lease is for part or whole, and finally, whether it's part of an estate. It also includes the lease ancillaries, which can be selected. Next, you add the parties, which you do by entity type. Selecting the entity type changes the party descriptions, automatically selects the correct execution blocks across all of the documents, and puts in any entity-specific drafting. First, you select the party's role in the transaction. The system is designed to collect the information quickly and accurately. For instance, if you say they are the landlord, they can't accidentally be selected as the tenant or guarantor. Again, you can use the built-in company's house lookup to get the information quickly. Then you describe the premises, either freehand or using the Royal Mail lookup. Like company's house lookup previously, return fields are editable, so you can use them as a base and add more detail if required. You then work through the remainder of the questionnaire. As with all our automations, at any time you can preview your documents. This can be a particularly useful tool to view the document while you're working through the questionnaire. We've also just announced that we're working with the Property Standardisation Group in Scotland to automate the PSG leases and ancillaries in a similar manner, so keep an eye out for that one. I said I'd go through 4, and this is a real whistle-stop demo. But this one's in banking. So with regard to sort of facilities agreements, we have pre-automations that we can apply to the LMA content, such as the leverage facilities agreements, real estate finance agreements, security documents, and intercreditor agreements. Our automations also include Clarilis provisions that the market's requested over time, together with firm and client-specific drafting. Finally, to truly transform an entire banking and finance practice, we also create bespoke automations of other banking precedents, often such as things like legal opinions for many firms. Here, I'll show you our leveraged facilities automation, which enables lawyers to create the first draft of facilities agreements in under 2 hours. The key structural questions here make thousands of changes to the underlying draft and the structure of the questionnaire. Like all our automations, we take a really structured approach to parties, again, utilizing those lookups for speed and accuracy. Here we can see the facilities, and each of which you can drill into to change their characteristics, such as repayment profile. As we said that we wanted a revolving facility, we of course get questions on that with lots of options there to tailor your draft. And there are many other questions to go through to capture the specifics of your transaction and shape your draft. I think that's a record for getting through those demos. It really was a whistle-stop tour, just some of the pre-automated solutions. If you'd like to know more, either about those or our other pre-automated solutions, then please contact us, Laura Perry, our Legal Tech Transformation Manager, or visit our website at clarilis.com. I think I'm going to need a drink after that one, Richard.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it is almost Christmas, so why not? Well, thanks, Paul. Interesting stuff. Just a couple of quick questions. So obviously, as described, we've got two different things going on here. We've got this sort of super complex contracts where you're using your legal managed services almost to help it sort of come to fruition, and then you've got these other ones. Just walk us through, if someone's interested in either of these or both, how they get hold of them and how they do this.
Yeah, well, the interesting thing isn't the depth and the complexity there, because these pre-automated solutions are a huge depth. The SPA suite with From Counsel is certainly the most in-depth SPA we've ever done. But by pre-automating them, we mean that we allow customers to be able to get those in under 2 weeks. So obviously, once sort of contracts signed and things like that, because they are pre-automated off the shelf, then they can be taken and, as I say, be up and running within inside a firm, providing value within sort of 2 weeks. So really quick there. For the more bespoke, then that's where we would work with the customer to go through, understand what they're trying to achieve from their automation and their documents, and then our team of lawyers, so our professional support lawyers, our analysts, and our automators would build, test, and deliver that automation for them. Key thing with all these, whether it's the off-the-shelf sort of pre-automated or the customized one, we do all the maintenance as well. So it's not a case of, okay, you've got your automation, that's great until something changes. We do all the management and maintenance of those automations for the customer as they go forward as well for the life of the contract.
Gotcha. And just the last thing, in case people don't know, From Counsel was mentioned several times. Can you just tell us what is From Counsel and what part, of the deal, if a law firm or an in-house legal team does a deal with Clarilis, how does From Counsel fit into that?
It's a great question, and I just threw it out there in the presentation, like everybody would know them. From Counsel are they are born from Erskine Chambers, so they are leading knowledge providers in the UK for corporate knowledge. And when we were looking about for content to automate, they were pointed to us as being the gold standard of corporate knowledge and also corporate documents. So we have partnership with From Counsel so that we take their gold standard corporate M&A documents, and we built the gold standard automation to really sort of 1 + 1 = 3 there. So that it comes all fully automated, and probably I think it's about 98% or 95% of the top 100 UK law firms are already using From Counsel for their corporate knowledge. So it's a great partnership, and to be able to bring those two together to bring a fully deeply automated, fully maintained solution together with that great content has been very exciting in the market. Does that answer your question?
Absolutely, no, that's perfect. And as you said, if people do want to learn more, because obviously these are quite complicated things, to speak to yourself or Laura or come to your website. So thanks very much, Paul.
Thank you. Cheers.